So Bryton, thanks for doing this. Let's talk about your notes.
So first semester and in the summer work that you gave us before we started the class, you gave us a couple videos like from Freeman and then PDF notes, and I started taking notes like this at first, which they were really cluttered and I didn't really know where anything was, and I just felt like I needed to get it all done at once. I just felt like I kind of needed to cram it all in there, but then I couldn't really remember it as much.
Yeah.
And it was just really inefficient at taking notes that way, because it's like, even if I was taking notes from the textbook, and I mean, I could have spread that out a lot easier.
So then what started to really change things for you? What helped you to upgrade your note-taking strategy?
So I realized like a lot of the quizzes and MCQs and SAQs and all the FRQs that we were taking, I realized that since I took my notes, like since they were so cluttered, I wasn't doing as good as I probably should have been doing on the FRQs and all the other stuff, just because like when I went to go back, look at my notes, I mean, there was so much stuff I didn't know where to start, I didn't know where to read. I mean, I felt like everything was just so random and just writing down a lot of unnecessary stuff, and I felt like I needed to just change something. So then like halfway throughout the year, like the second semester started, and I have this whiteboard in my basement, and I started like watching the Heimler videos. And I would watch the video through like on 2x speed, and I would write down like the main ideas on my whiteboard and where like the timestamp was, and then I would so I made like a table of contents sort of on the front page of my notes, on the front page of my second notebook, and then I started taking notes like this, which Mr. Stark, like our usual sub for this class, has kind of encouraged me to take notes like this, which is a lot more efficient in finding like the main idea and then writing down the definition for it. Well, so if we learn like unit 6 or whatever, then if we have like a SAQ or some sort of FRQ on that unit, since I have like the table of contents right here and it tells me every single thing because I have the title, and then also I have it written down here on what page, and I numbered the pages, so if I need to find like my self quiz 6-1, I can go to page 11 or find it, and then it's a lot easier. So like the heavier units 3, 4, 5, and 6, which impact the most for the AP test, I can just go back and look at like unit 6, which is one of the only really heavy units I have in here since the other ones were in my first notebook, and you can just look at some of the main like ideas like diaspora or what a penal colony is or indentured servitude and other certain things. It makes it a lot easier to find certain vocabulary terms that might be important for a sort of test.
All right, man. Thank you. Anything else you want to say about notes?
If students are trying to take notes at first, you might be really stressing about the class or whatever. You just feel like you need to get so much done. You just feel like you want to prove to your teacher that you are the best out there, or that you can prove that you can do that high level of learning. But really, you don't really need to prove that much, because I mean, even if you take like really cluttered notes like this, that doesn't really show that you're good at the class or the material. These notes, which are way more efficient and less cluttered, are way easier to find stuff, and it kind of proves that you can have a way better work ethic to find your notes and prepare for a test or an exam.